So greetings everyone and welcome to Palai Center and Astroved's Power Time practice here on the, I have June. Geez, I'm jumping ahead of time. You see how handy this calendar is? It's the 26th of May, 2018. My name is Hydrate. For those of you who don't know me, welcome to everyone who's new to this program. And also the teachings that Dr. Ply has been sharing with the world for over 40 years. We are here today to dive into ourselves. We're here every day to dive into ourselves because when we look outside, it's not looking like how we want it to look, right? So today in particular is a Saturday here in the West, in Canada, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And it is a time also where the moon is going to be really favorable to wash away the mistakes that we've made, wash away all those challenges that we've had in the past in various areas of our life, such as our relationships, money, finances, job, career, business, perhaps there's health issues, perhaps we have challenges with our kids, and so on. So this is a 13th waxing moon. It's getting brighter in the sky because every 2 weeks we go on a waning cycle and a waxing cycle. So now we're on a waxing cycle where we've gone from a new moon and we're going into a full moon. So the full moon is going to be coming up on Monday or Tuesday, depending on where you are in the world. You can check it out. And then just prior to that is this window of time where we can bust karma or dissolve it or get rid of it, delete it, make it to go away once and for all. Because why do we want to do that? Because we want to think more powerful thoughts. We want to get into a state of mind where we can see clearly, we are peaceful, we're calm, we're focused, we're centered, no matter what is going on. We are the eye in the storm of life. So we want to make sure that we're holding on to that energy. So this time, on the 13th waxing moon, as the moon is getting brighter, and it's going to be a full moon in a couple of days, it means you want to have manifested something. So if you've been working towards manifesting something that you want to see as the moon is its brightest, then you'll feel really compelled to go deep today. So we're going to do a little bit of a modified version of the Pradosham practice that is done traditionally in India by Vedic specialists. And through the grace and blessings of Dr. Ply, we're able to do it at home on a daily basis. So we're going to do a little demonstration, and it actually won't just be a demonstration. You'll feel something. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour a little water, pour a little juice, pour a little milk on this particular sacred object. Now this sacred object is called a Shiva lingam, and this Shiva lingam is crystal in nature. There are other Shiva lingams. There's rocks, there's gems, there's different metals. But this one in particular is for Saturn. And I received it maybe in this past year or last year, a couple of years ago maybe. I have so many sacred objects from Astrovet and Ply Center. But if you participate in a Saturn service where it is going to give you the blessings of Lord Saturn, who generally he causes delays and obstacles, and also we have to wait for a long time. We have to really practice patience, but oh my God, it takes so long for us to learn our lessons. So this Shiva lingam came, and on a Saturday, when Pradosham lands on a Saturday, this 13th moon, we get blessings to remove the delays and challenges and so on caused by Lord Saturn, and how he is grabbing our attention. Remember, or review, our talks about astrology, where the planets are called grahas in Sanskrit, and graha means to grab. So it's grabbing our attention. So planets are not just these balls in the sky that we look up and say, oh, I wonder what's going on up there. And then we Google it and we can listen to the sounds of Saturn. We can, see Saturn's rings close up. We can know from a scientific perspective what's going on with Saturn. But on the level of the soul, what is going on with Saturn? We don't know until we pay attention to Saturn. So Saturn is a really powerful planet that will deliver karmas. What? We have enough already. So Saturn does that. He gives you indicators, again, such as you're waiting forever. All these delays, all these challenges, you're frustrated, you're angry, you're upset, you're depressed, your energy is, you don't want to do anything. But why does he do that to us? He delivers hard karmas, such as challenges in our relationships, health, business, kids, family, and so on. So wherever you're experiencing obstacles, delays, challenges, and you're feeling it on a Saturday in particular, you're not motivated, you don't want to do anything, or conversely, you want to just go waste a lot of time and money. Where? In the mall. Not to say you shouldn't go to the mall. Just be careful. Watch yourself on a Saturday. In fact, don't go to a mall on a Saturday. Just stay away from stores, because you will be compelled to go and spend unnecessarily because you're not feeling so great. So it's better to do things that you are going to be focusing on, such as housework, yard work, running around with the kids, doing all the things that you need to do to fulfill your responsibilities that Saturn says that you need to do. And do it knowing that you are going to get the blessings of Saturn because you haven't wasted time, you haven't wasted money, you haven't wasted your energy. And then what happens when you spend a lot of time, money, and energy? You're just like, I just want to go to sleep. And then you wonder why you're waiting. So it really is a shift in consciousness that we need to take a look at. So Saturn is going to deliver some hard karmas. And if they are being delivered today, such as, oh man, another delay, then don't get upset. Go right into your practice. As Dr. Ply shares, that's why most people are on a spiritual path, because they're looking at the world and they're going, something's not right with this picture. Why are things going on? Why me? So Saturday, Pradosham Day, best thing you can do, and you already have done it, is you are participating in something that is beyond the mind, beyond logic, and it's also beyond the body. It's going deep into the soul. So we're going to give some food for soul so that Saturn is happy, because ultimately Saturn wants us to get on a spiritual path and stick to that daily practice. And you don't have to do it for too long. If you stick to a practice of at least 10 minutes, only 10 minutes. Who doesn't have 10 minutes every day? Everyone does. But studies have shown that if you do a practice of meditation or a practice of mantra chanting or some ritual for only 10 minutes a day, only, you will rearrange the neurons that are firing in your brain. And when that happens, what do we say? We usually go, oh, I get it. I know what I have to do. I'm clear. I'm focused. I'm driven. I'm going to just go and get that thing done. And if you can't do that thing, you will go and do something else that will make you to feel like you've accomplished something. So success is not just getting stuff. It's about how you're feeling in it. It's about how accomplished you feel, about how you are navigating your life thereafter. Because if we have one accomplishment in the day, we can build on those. So Saturn is coming, and you can just do an internal inventory. Check, okay, how am I feeling? Yuck. Or I'm feeling okay. That's okay. Why don't you feel great? Why don't you feel tremendous joy? Why don't you feel energy? Why don't you feel blessed? Because we don't know how to do it. or we forget. So without further ado, I am going to bring in my altar here where you can see how easy it is to do at home. So this is a little altar for propitiating the Shiva lingam. This is the Shiva lingam, and then this is Nandi the bull. Nandi bull represents joy. And he also, in the markets, in Wall Street, he represents money. And when it's a bull market, it's a thumbs up market, right? This is Ganesha. We always pray to Ganesha. Why? Because his energy resides at the base of our spine. So right now, as we're going through this little demonstration, we want you to feel, or just be open to the possibility, because here you are, you might as well get into it, right? This is interactive. So get into the base of the spine right now where you feel your tailbone. So wiggle around, feel your tailbone, and then keep your focus and attention there. And you might even visualize a reddish orangish light, and you might experience some movement in your pelvis, some heat. You might feel some tingling going down your legs all the way into your feet and toes. That means you're connecting with this being. We are human beings, and these are divine beings. These are the representations of divine beings, just as this is the representation of a human being on the path to enlightenment, hopefully. The more light we have, the more enlightened we feel, and then we lighten our load in life. So what we do here is we have this Ganesha. We're going to pray to him first. We're going to feel the obstacles being removed with this energy moving down the legs, and then we might even feel something moving up our body and then coming into the third eye. Why do we want to open the third eye? Because it's a good party trick? No. Well, maybe. So opening the third eye means that you have miracle consciousness. It is the doorway that opens up in the midbrain, and it opens to the possibilities that you cannot see with these two eyes. So you'll be looking and looking for something, right? And you'll go, oh, I lost this, my wallet, my keys, my glasses, my important papers. You misplaced them, or maybe you did lose them. But what happens is you're looking and looking and looking all around, and then you just say, okay, stop, and say gum a few times, or maybe many times, and then get centered, and you will look again, and what happens? It's right there. So we experience that from time to time, and it's kind of like a random thing, and we hope that that happens again. But if you want to speed it up even faster, just say gum to find that lost object. Because Ganesha is kind of funny. His being, his consciousness is to put obstacles in front of us so he can be the king of the obstacles. He can bust them when we call on them. So we have this little setup. You can have it as a dish in your kitchen maybe, where there's a sink. And we have some items that we are going to pour on this Ganesha, Shiva lingam, and Nandi. And so what we have here is a little bit of water, a little bit of juice, or sorry, a little bit of milk, a little bit of juice, and then an unopened bottle of water. We have some flowers for afterwards that we will offer. Because flowers are like text messages. So just know that every time that you offer a flower, it's like a text message. It goes instantaneously. And it makes sense, because when you give someone a flower, like right now, I'll offer you a flower. Would you like a flower? And you'll go, oh my God, that flower is so pink and it's so beautiful, and thank you so much. So we are very receptive to flowers. The divine is very receptive to flowers. In fact, when you go to a beautiful garden, what happens? Oh my God, you feel so beautified. You feel so connected to nature, and you're just in awe of the beauty of these flowers, and they will brighten up your day, especially when you're feeling funky. Maybe like today on a Saturday, go to a garden, meditate in a garden as you're walking around, and being grateful for these beautiful flowers. Or go to a flower store if you're not in a place that has a garden. So we are going to take these items one by one, and we're going to pour a little bit on each one. And as we're pouring on each one, I invite you to go inside of yourself and feel connected to these divine beings. So remember, these are the physical representations of the being, the beingness, just like you're a human being. You're being something. So you're being happy, you're being sad, you're being a doctor, you're being a lawyer, you're being. So it's a consciousness that you've decided to take on as a soul evolving in this lifetime. So who you are being in any given situation is, from a human perspective, it's going to do some activity and it's going to get some results. Most likely, we're all experiencing challenges. That's why we get on a spiritual path, because we're like, I don't get it. I've done everything that they tell me here to do on earth, everything that's humanly possible, but it's not working out for me. I need some sign. So your soul said, oh, I know where I can direct you. And you can go get some techniques and some tools, technologies from a spiritual master, Dr. Ply, who will bless you to receive food for your soul. How does he do that? He's a spiritual master. He goes in and he sees the soul. So right now, his presence is here. He knows this call is going on, and he knows that you're here at the level of the soul. So we want to show gratitude to Dr. Ply at that level of the soul, so that you can receive more washing of karma, because his city power, or city is means miracle power, in this lifetime to give to the whole world is to change one's destiny. So if you're destined to be stuck in traffic of life for the rest of your life, you can find a way out. So this is the way out. So you can think of your challenges right now, write them down, and you don't have to write a big story. You can text yourself and say, I'm done with financial problems. I'm done with blocks. I'm done with health issues or not having enough energy. I'm done with whatever it is. You know, or you can just write the word finances. You don't have to have a dialogue. God is like, yeah, okay, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. Right? So what we want to do now is put it in the hands of the divine. So this is what we'll do.